Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks, Futures, and a little bit of forex market preview for Thursday, the 8th of April, and Friday, the 9th of April, 2021. As usual, we don't typically do market previews for Friday, so this will wrap up the week. And there's not a lot to say when you see the intraday action. We'll get to that in a minute, but it's been really boring. So good thing we had the Facebook on Monday, and the futures have been good, but boy, stock market is just a waste of time right now. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. And as you can see, we're hanging near highs. Like, that sounds exciting, but it's not really. Let's go through the major daily charts. Crude oil up 23 cents to 59.56. Still well off the highs by almost, let's call it $8. Gold down $4.50. S&P cash gains 6. Again, I think that's an all-time closing high or right around it at that point versus 2 days ago. Nasdaq 100 up 38.24. This one's not been at new highs since February. SOX up 36 cents. So that's a blip. It doesn't really matter. Still under that pink risk line. The biotech's dropped 84 points. That's actually not a pretty looking chart, by the way. You break back under the lows of, let's say, into the 4,500s, and there's no support for a while there. The Russell 2000 loses 36 points, basically where it was 2 months ago. So the market hasn't done much lately, but the S&P is at all-time high. So that's the thing everybody focuses on. Here's the one thing that sucks. The VIX now down to 17.16. So we're heading into those teens again. And remember, that's the key. Like, right, the VIX is your symbol of boredom when it gets into the mid-teens. If it gets lower, that's bad. Volume's dropping off. We'll talk about that in 2 clicks here. Here's the trend at 1.11, puts the 10-day at 1.20. And there's big numbers to drop off, but there's no little numbers to bring the average down, so we're not worried about the 10-day moving average right now. Nasdaq advanced decline ratio, only 4 billion shares again, 2 days in a row, right? So now you're talking about 2 days, not counting the Christmas, the half day for Christmas Eve. Those and the half day after Thanksgiving, those are the lowest volume days since the middle of November. Now, I will tell you, historically, 4 billion shares a day is not bad, but it's not leading to market action right now. So, Nasdaq advanced decline ratio down 1445. The advanced decline ratio on the New York down 393. Google gains 29.77. It's new all-time highs on Google. No shocker there when it breaks out. Apple up $1.69, Netflix up $2.46, Amazon up 55.57, still puts us basically in that July 4th candle. Things have been nowhere for a long time. Tesla down 20.65. Tesla's not been much lately. Facebook up $6.83. A little bit of follow through. Again, this was a major, this was the daily chart breakout we made money on Monday. Didn't do anything on Tuesday. It was actually down. But, again, this pattern says higher, right? For a while at least. Zoom down $6.71. Nothing here really near the lows. Goldman Sachs down 51 cents. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 96 cents. Dow Jones was up 16. Bitcoin's actually dropped quite a bit here, down to 56,470. So that's a decent plunge off of the 60,000 number for Bitcoin. Now we look at the intraday action here, and here's the thing: even though it's only Wednesday, we got to look at the 10-minute candles, not the 5s, just because. Look at this. Again, I'm going to ignore if I back out. I'm going to go to the edge of last week, right? So we gapped up Monday and pushed higher for an hour, and ever since then, we've been dead flat in one of the tightest ranges we've seen. So there's absolutely nothing going on here on the ES. And by the way, note the 13 sell signal midday Monday. That was the high on the 10-minute candles, and then just dead flat ever since then. There's just nothing going on. So, it's not tradable. It's horrific. Don't know what else to say. The Nasdaq side looks, again, we'll get rid of the prior week, and then here's the back left side there is the end of Friday. Gap up, push higher, but again, this is just this is not tradable. You can't trade 2.5 days stuck in this type of range. What is the range on the ES? If you just look at that whole thing, you're talking about 12, 13, 14 points for 2.5 days. That was not tradable. So that's our problem right now in the general markets. All right, in terms of economic data here in the U.S., left for the week, On Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we've got the initial and continuing jobless claims numbers. Natty gas at 10:30, that's an hour in. And on Friday, the PPI number an hour before the bell. Wholesale inventory is 30 minutes in. So nothing major. There is other stuff around the world, but that's the U.S. data. So I don't know. It's hard to say you're going to expect much, but I mean, obviously at some point we have to shake loose of whatever this junk range is and this just horrible action. You never know when it's going to start. Is it going to take some news? Is it going to take anything as we sit here at highs? I think the market deserves a rest and a pullback, but we'll see what happens. Charts as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday.